You asked.
Quick, quick.
Hey, I already did. Give me a break.
Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Joe.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. I saw nothing.
Hi. Did you take us off live?
No, why would I take us off live? You told me to
I
put
don't
us
know.
on
Yeah, you
live.
clicked a button. I was like, uh-oh. He's like, this
every
is
time,
unacceptable. Off.
every every time I click the mouse, it's just like we're going on or off.
Yeah. Well, I'm all click paranoid now.
I just
Good
brought up the
morning,
chat.
everyone.
Good
What's
morning.
that?
I just brought up the chat so I could talk to people.
Oh,
Like
that's
Master Lay.
nice. Hey, Lay and Sparrow and Jeff and everybody. Welcome. It's the Double Cup of Joe show. I'm your host, Joe.
And I am the other Joe.
And I figured today I was going to be Joe B.
My eyes are way more closed than that.
So true. Just kidding. I love picking on this guy. He's so much fun. But anyway. Yeah, welcome. It's morning time. What do you think, Joe? You excited for today?
I think so.
Yeah. Good times, man. 6 o'clock in the morning ish.
Ish.
Here we are. We're having a good day, and the sun's gonna be out at some point, probably, except there's clouds. I
But it'll
think.
still be there.
Yeah, it's up there behind the clouds. But yeah, but we're here. It's exciting time. We're gonna try and start the day right. We're gonna start our day right. You guys can hang out with us, and hopefully, it's a great time for you as well. So we're thankful for every single one of you checking us out today, and we hope that we say something that strikes your fancy. But anyway, today we are talking about patience and specifically patience with others because man, that can be a tough one. Like Joe's got to be patient with me, and all my, nonsense that I put him through. And, like the poor guy, like he's like, why do we have to do this so early? Why are you, and it's annoying that you're awake this early. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, I applaud your patience. Oh.
I thought we determined that this is my fault.
What? No, because like I know how annoying it is to have some chipper person when you're just first trying to wake up.
You do?
Yeah,
Who's the person who's really chipper there when you're getting up?
nobody, but
Oh,
it used to be.
okay.
But it hasn't always been the case. When I was growing up, I was not a morning person at all, and my mom was. And dude, I just remember being there like, and then I remember there was this robin that liked to hang out outside my window, and it was exuberantly chipper and apparently defensive with its own reflection in my window. It would sit out there in a tree, and it would fly into my window, over and over and over again. And I'd be sitting there like, my gosh, it's 10 in the morning. Don't you know I'm trying to sleep? So,
Did you say 10 in the morning?
yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
Wow, okay, fair.
Gone are those days, man. Now it's like now I understand the value of getting up. Like if you've spent any time on YouTube in the self-help or personal development category, you've probably found something about the value of getting up early. And I've subscribed to that now for a few years, and I am convinced that it's real. So I would encourage all of you to become morning people.
Yeah,
The most successful people in the world are morning people.
my
And
work makes me get up early, so.
yeah, dang work. Work is a jerk.
Oh, ah,
Yes. So, anyway, here we are. We're going to get to patience with others here in a few minutes. But first, we're going to start with our 3-step routine, the one that we do every day because it's super duper important and you should do it too. And it'll change your life. If you're not careful, you might have a better life. Dang, right?
no. I
That
mean,
sure does stink. Can't imagine
Sounds
having a better life.
terrible.
I don't know. It's horrible. But anyway, the 3-step routine is 1, what are you thankful for? 2, what are you looking forward to? And 3, what are you going to do today to move yourself forward? You do those 3 steps every day, and you can do it. It doesn't have to start your day with that. You can do it throughout your day. I would encourage beginning your day with that. And then also doing it throughout the day, because it can be an extra little pick me up when you're starting to, when a day is starting to drag on and everything like that. It's yeah, it can be great. So anyway, so step number 1, what are you thankful for? And I'm going to ask Joe because his eyes are more open now. He looks more awake.
Black them with this
What are
screen.
you thankful for, Joe?
Oh, what am I thankful for? Today I'm thankful for um that soda pop has caffeine in it.
Yeah,
because
yes.
because otherwise my eyes would be even more closed. It'd be very. I don't know if you can see my eyes actually because of the reflection, but anywho, yeah. So that's what I am thankful for. I'm thankful for caffeine.
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 Yeah, and
Yeah, man.
I realized I could take my glasses off for this, but then I wouldn't be able to read any comments. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, perfect.
That would be how close I would have to get. Well, let me check. Let me actually physically check. I can read it now.
Oh my goodness. We got a good shot of the top of your headphones. That's
Yeah,
nice. Those some nice headphones you got there, Joe.
they're very comfy.
It's good. So yeah, thankful for caffeine. I'm thankful for caffeine. Yes. Uh, hey, Jeff is thankful for an extra day of net commuting for this week. So I'm assuming that means he's not having to go to the office today. He can stay at home, work from home, which means he'll be much more productive. It was hilarious. We were talking. I was talking to him the other day, and his boss wanted him to start coming into the office to work, and he's like, "Yeah, it's so annoying. Like I have to stop doing work in order to go to work. Like I'm I'm like way less productive when I actually go to the office." I'm like, "Dude, that's so true." Because like really, well, I guess it's not the case for everybody. I mean, you can't really, stock shelves at the grocery store from home. You can't really, fry up hamburgers for the fast food restaurant you work at from home. But if you're doing like office work and stuff like that, man, working remotely is where it's at. Totally. I think that's just my opinion. Also, Master Lay is thankful for not sleeping until 2 p.m. since my sleep schedule is performing a coup on my organism. Nice. Yeah, I've been there when my sleep schedule is all out of whack. It can be a tough one. But yeah, so that's step number 1. What are you thankful for? It looks like everybody in the chat is already moving on to step number 2. So hold on, we're supposed to be leading the charge here, like, but you guys are like ahead of us now. We're gonna catch up.
Yep.
Step number 2.
Dose.
What are you looking forward to? We got some answers in the chat, but I'm gonna ask you first, Joe.
Ooh.
What are you looking for?
I am looking forward to. Pause for dramatic
Silence.
effect. No, I'm actually looking forward to the release of the finale of Criminal Idol season 1.
Ooh, me too.
That's
Me
coming up.
too. I haven't even seen the final cut. You would think being on staff at Black Static and Swerve, you'd get to see the final cut. I don't get to see it. I just saw like a kind of like a previously somewhat edited version, but Ryan has since taken it and polished it and made it all beautiful, ready to go. So yeah, that's
It is a super fun song. You guys will.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The clock is ticking too on that, man. It's coming. Like right, wrong, or indifferent. Product's on its way. Here it comes.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. Interesting.
Yep. Jeff is looking forward to an evening conference call because it's Wednesday, so it's BSS conference call day, where all the staff actually gets together and we talk about all the stuff going on. Leia is looking forward to working on both my music project and the story I'm working on. That's awesome. Yes, I would love to hear your music project and your story. Hopefully you would be willing to share that once it's done. Because yeah, um, as in the immortal words of Static P, it's not finished until it's public.
He has spoken.
Hmm. Yes. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you got, Master Lay. I think that's going to be so. Anyway, so that's step number 2. What are you looking forward to? Step number 3 is what are you doing today to move toward that bright future? You got a future, you got a dream, you've got stuff you want to accomplish. What action are you taking today to get there? Joe,
Yes.
I ask you the question. What are you doing today to move yourself forward in a positive direction?
What am I
Don't
doing?
don't jump all over it real quickly. Like seriously, like make sure that you sit there silently.
What am I doing about anything? Existential crisis.
I'm gonna wake up. I accomplished that already. So hey, like
Boom. Crisis averted. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on time management today.
Ooh,
I'm not very good with that.
that's fun.
Yes. Very
I
fun.
like time management.
That's good. I'm bad at it, so
Oh, so am I.
well.
But I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
better.
I'm getting better.
I'm getting better. I got better. Yes, Jeff is taking a step forward, editing the Double Cup of Joe podcast and 14 blogs for work.
Oh,
I'm guessing that means and the things on my checklist for BSS. He did write nad the things on my checklist for BSS.
gonna
But
nab
I'm
him.
assuming
AMD. Perfect.
Ammed. Jeff, you're hilarious. But yeah, this show is going to become a podcast. If you didn't know that, we will be moving toward that direction. So, um, as we get closer to that day, we'll be making announcements. Probably our schedule is going to change a little bit when that happens, but it's going to be, it's going to be a move in the right direction for all of us. I think so. That's going to be cool. Leia is going to try to work on procrastinating this week. Probably. I haven't been doing enough lately. You haven't been doing enough procrastinating, or you haven't been doing enough, so you're going to try and end the procrastinating. uh, yeah. So anyway, well, thank you guys so much for participating. And if you do this every day, it's gonna change your life. Uh, Lace says true. I've been doing a lot of something, a little something called procrastinating. Hey, I know how that is, man. If I had $1 for every time I procrastinated, I'd be so rich. I'd be swimming in money. Be crazy. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Again, do this every day. Do this multiple times a day. Sit there, think about it. When you think about what you're thankful for, it's going to shine a light on your life. You're going to be more excited about life in general. As you look forward to something, now you're looking toward the future. It's a good thing. And then you put that into action. That it's a trifecta that is just great for moving you forward and great for living an exciting life. So, you wonder why I'm chipper in the morning? That's one of the reasons. That and coffee. Those are a couple of reasons. But anyway, do that every day. You'll like it. And without further ado, we move on to our topic, the topic of patience. When others are being others, because they are definitely them, for sure. And it can happen to be offensive. It can happen to be frustrating. It can happen all kinds of different ways. So I'm going to give it over to Joe because he's like super wise and his eyes are way open now. And he even smiled a little maniacally. So we can feel safe that he's gonna do a good job.
Oh
So take it away, Joe.
man. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, you guys can feel safe. The maniacal Joe is super tired, so he's not gonna do anything maniacal. Just kidding. Hey, we got static here. We waited patiently for you. So wait, I can do it. Does he mean
You
be
can do it.
maniacal or like
You
about
can,
the topic?
yes,
Okay, I'm gonna be maniacal
do it.
then.
Smile like this.
That's a little scary. I don't think I can face it. Okay. Anyway, yes, welcome to our topic. We are talking today about patience with others, when they're being others. It's a others can do interesting things. In case you didn't know,
Yes.
one of the great wonders of other people is that they don't do what you expect ever, which is great. If you wanted a life that was always exactly how you planned it, don't talk to other people. Let me just put that right out there. You will face the impossibility if you try to have a life of perfect planning and anyone else is involved in it. So, what I think, I say that and it's really outlandish because I think we all realize by now, hey, there's other people out there and you're gonna have to interact with them, and sometimes they're gonna do things you don't like. We're here today to talk about that and say that's okay. How are we going to deal with that fact? How do we cope with others? How do we let others cope with us? And how do we deal with the frustrations of having other people do different things than we expect? So today, I just want to remind you that you are another person to somebody else. Before we get ahead of ourselves, you are one of the other people. So when we talk about patience, again, one of the things we talk about with patience is grace, and with that, like, hey, cut some people some slack, because you probably need some slack in this area too. Hopefully, other people give it to you, because we just don't understand. So, I'm actually going to use a fun example from my life from yesterday, but it wasn't on my behalf. It was somebody else being patient with me, where I happened to message one of my college professors on a topic that's a little sensitive right now. Um, and at one point, they're just like, talking about this is exhausting me. And I'm like, oh boy, um, you know, being mean to somebody who I respect greatly without even realizing it. Um, so again, when others are talking with you, when others do things that probably you don't expect, um, there's a pretty good chance they're not actively trying to like ruin your day. Um, so just go ahead and give them a little bit of patience. Let them say what they need to say, so that you can both kind of come out of it with a little bit more respect for one another, um, and a little bit less angry man I a coalness. So, anywho, so that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. in a broad sense, where we're going to talk about others and how we can deal with them healthily. Because, we talk about it every time on the show that we generally try to aim for here's how you deal with something well, but there is always ways to deal with things unwell. And
Mm-hmm.
we'll probably touch on that a little bit too. But now that I've kind of brought our topic to where it is, I'm going to kick it back to Joe, who has wisdom because he's patient with literally everyone, especially me, getting up this early in the morning.
I try to be. One of the things about I try to be patient with you, Joe. You're so difficult.
Sorry.
What? I'm just kidding. One of the things that is very helpful to apply here is the golden rule. We've talked about that before, but the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And when you're having patience with others, I mean, really, if you just look at it like, all right, if I do something and I make a mistake, am I going to want somebody jumping all over me for it and, yelling and screaming and having a temper tantrum and freaking out all about it? No, I don't think ever. Do we ever want somebody doing that to us? I guess if we're trying to pick a fight, maybe, but I don't think most of us are trying to pick a fight usually, you know? So, but if we can remember that, then it goes a long way to having patience with other people, at least reorienting our mind to having that patient inside. So, um, because inside we might be really frustrated, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. And then, but instead of voicing that, instead of like coming out and beating them up with our words, we can act graciously and we can hold ourselves back from having that type of a response. And what that does is it preserves the relationship. And it also, like, when people understand that we're being patient with them, then it gives them the freedom to grow as individuals. If we come out guns ablazing, and just start yelling and being mean, then their automatic response is going to be defensive. And when they're trying to defend themselves, they're putting up a barrier. And every time we put up a barrier, we become less of our authentic selves. And so, what really happens then is we run the risk of damaging them personally. We run the risk of them um, you know, retreating back into their shell a little bit more and then having to deal with that, you know, the long term's effect of putting up that barrier. So we can really do some damage if we don't have patience with. So the key is really just, how would I like others to deal with me? And then I should just act that way. Now, it doesn't do any good to just, ignore an issue if somebody is having a problem. That doesn't do any good. We do have to address an issue as they come up. However, we address it in a way that's trying to build them and make sure that they understand that they are loved and they are valuable and they are, we want them to feel like they have dignity and that we love them. However, we can still address the wrong and be like, you know what? I noticed there's an issue here. Is there anything I can do to help? To fix this issue. What can we do? Rather than, I can't believe you're like this. Blah 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 blah. You know, then what happens is you start a fight, you start an argument, and then they will lash back in a defensive way. Well, it's because you did this and blah blah blah. And then what happens is, this you can get this whole back and forth, and before you know it, people are bringing up stuff from years ago and throwing it at each other, and it's like, whoa, you know, it just gets horrendous sometimes. So, key step in having patience with others is just, how would you like it if people were patient with you? And I'm guessing you would like it. And so that way, when you think of that, okay, how would I want someone to treat me if I make a mistake? Or how would I want someone to treat me if I had a bad habit that I knew was bad, and I knew I needed to fix, but I was just having trouble. And instead of having somebody tell me how bad of a person I am, maybe I could just use a little help, you know? And when we think of things in that way, it helps us to really have that patience with others. And then what happens as a result in you is you become more strong as a person because you're dealing with this offense and you're just letting it slide. You're not letting it slide, but you're working through it in love rather than in anger. And you grow as a person and they grow as a person, and we all can thrive a little bit more as a result. Um, so that's what I got for patience with others. And back to you, Joe.
Back to me. Oh
Back to
no.
you.
Thanks, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like my little hand.
Yes, I like dancing. All right, yeah, they've seen enough. People are probably leaving. I wouldn't
They're
blame
like,
them.
that's yeah.
We ask that you
Good.
be patient with us as we
Bye.
as we do some weird stuff here on stream. But yeah, I really think it's important that kind of that measure that we would have people give to us, um, that we ask that they give, that one we give to other people, but they hope that they give it to us. Um, it's a really interesting dynamic, and one of the things that um, I really had a very interesting thought um, with this idea of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Um, is generally speaking, sometimes that's even more than more kindly than you treat yourself.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that you use that kind of a temperament for how you should treat yourself as well, to be a little bit more kind. Because man, I don't remember the last time I was like, man, I really need to be a little less kind in this instance. Yes. If I was super mean, that would really help things right now. Yep. Um, Now, okay, so there's a difference between being, forceful and being kind. You can be both. You can always be kind and still say what you're doing is not right. I'm not going to go along with it. So you can always say that. And that could be a part of your patience with other people. Um, you are going to deal with people who ask you to do things that probably aren't right, and it's going to be in the end up to you to say no. I'm not going to do that, and to still be patient with them, still be kind to them. You, just because somebody is asking you to do something wrong doesn't mean you have to be like, oh, "How dare you, you terrible, terrible person! Oh, I can't believe you would say something like that, you evil, evil villain."
How darest thou?
I, thou est un evil.
We will now do the King James version of the Double Cup of Joe show.
Oh my goodness. No, I don't think I can do it.
Me either.
Can it be the updated New King James? um, so, oh man. But I mean, you don't have to pick on people that way. You don't have to be, calling people out for everything. You can just say, I'm not going to do that. Like that's not a good thing. And then they're going to say, well, yeah, but it's okay because of this reason. You can say, nah, that's okay. Not me. Probably shouldn't be you either, but it's definitely not me. And just be very, very kind, be very, very patient. And sometimes they're going to get mad at you, and that's okay. Don't, you know, don't be surprised. Don't be, you know, when people are asking you to do something wrong and you tell them no. Um, part of what's happening is their conscience is going to convict them of that. If you're like, this isn't right, I'm not going to do it, they're going to be like, yeah, it really isn't. but they're actively trying to do it, so they have to fight with that. And I've talked about it before, but cognitive dissonance changes the way that people act when what they're doing and what they think are two different things. So when they recognize, oh shoot, this probably isn't a good thing to do, it comes out as anger because your brain is having trouble processing. Like, wait a minute, like, oh shoot, what I'm doing and what I actually think are not the same thing, and I don't know how to process that. That's something your brain will do. Um, and one of the ways that that comes out is anger, uh, sometimes sadness. Um, so I ask that you be really patient with other people um, because of that reason. I ask that you be really patient with people who are struggling with um, different things going on in their life because it comes out in really weird ways. So um, that's one thing to be mindful of when you're dealing with others. Another is just that we all have different experiences. We all have different ways of thinking. In case nobody noticed it on the show, Joe and I don't think the same way.
Huh.
Um,
Don't.
it's a little crazy. I'm an accountant, so I think in terms of like systems and templates, and let's do the same thing every time until we perfect it, and then let's never change that ever. And Joe was like, let's do the best thing we possibly can all the time. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. Joe could actually tell you more about how he actually thinks, but that's just the vibe I got.
I mean, ideally, yeah, that'd be great. But I'm in media production, so like I mean, I appreciate having systems, but I'm always looking for a better, faster, more efficient way of doing things. That's for sure, because a lot of these things take time, and like how can I make this easier, faster, you know? I understand getting in a routine is good. However, I've found it to be an enemy sometimes because then I'm not open to new possibilities. Anyway, sorry.
But
But I appreciate the fact that you would think that about me, that let's just do everything the best
yeah,
always.
static agrees with me. So
He does.
sounds like Joe. Unless he was talking about me talking about myself. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
definitely. Whatever we say on here, it sounds like Joe for sure.
yep, no matter
Yep,
what.
everything, all of it.
Bye, Siri.
Nice to meet you.
Best Systems Audio Studios. I like it, Jeff.
Nice.
We got systems for everything.
Hmm.
Um. So yeah, I mean, just go ahead and be a little bit more patient with everybody you come around. It's gonna be it. It's great to do that. Um. It's good for you. It's good for them. Uh. Obviously, you see Joe and I on this show. We have to be patient with each other sometimes, and that's okay. Like it's great. And when you can do that, like we have tons of fun, tons and tons of fun. We laugh a lot on the show.
Hmm.
And when you have patience with other people, you can laugh a lot with other people. And that is a more joyful life at the end of the day. So
We'll make it real laughs though.
don't
Or you
make
can
it real
laugh like
life.
this.
That's his maniacal laugh.
That's my
His monocle laugh.
yes, men coal.
Oh.
Men I a coal. Jeff says this episode will be a patient joy to edit. Yes, it will. Have fun with it. Giving you some fun times.
He's just gonna edit out this whole section. Just gone.
So yeah, this show's only going to be 5 minutes long. Once I get all the junk out of there, you guys, man, I tell you, what a day. All right. No, I can't laugh like Woody the Woodpecker. I'm not even going to try it. Joe, you can try it. You try it?
What? I don't wanna.
You don't want to?
All right.
Uh,
Is no, I won't. Not on this stream. Not on this stream. We'll be here for forever. So
cool.
I don't think I can go that high pitched. Isn't it like a high pitched like cackle?
Kind of, but it's very rhythmical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, we're not gonna try.
Just go.
You can
Just
Google that.
Google Woody Woodpecker. You know, yeah, because probably some of you are too young to know what Woody Woodpecker is. Like, what the heck is it that?
Is it that? That's a great point, Joe. What even is that? Yeah.
So anyway, well, I don't know. I think we did a pretty good job. I really enjoy what you were saying, Joe. I'm never all that impressed with what I say. I never learn anything new for myself usually.
That's fair.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for being patient with us as we get through this episode and you know, get derailed all over the place by ourselves. We're good at that. But yeah, be sure you come back on Friday. We will be doing what's our topic on Friday?
The science of light.
The Science of Light by Amira. Yes. So Friday is our free for all day. We do something called Free for All Friday, where we handle your guys' topics. You feel free to post them at bss.studio. I'll give you the link right here. You can start a topic here, or you can post it in the chat. You can post it in the comments section. We will find it either one of those places, and we will remember it and put it up there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 5 weeks worth of free for all Fridays right now. So if we start getting more, we'll just do it more days. That'll be cool. And then eventually maybe we'll just be doing your guys' topics and not our own. Right now we're dangerous. We're coming up with our own topics most of the week. But yeah, it always works out great if we can do yours because then you guys are involved. And that's what we want to do. We want to involve you. We want this to be, you know, a group experience, a community experience. Yes. So, but tomorrow we will be talking about patience and what it brings to you in your life, and as you start to live with patience with yourself and with other people, great things occur in your life, and you start to. It's like anything. As you pursue a virtue, you become happier. You become more fulfilled. You become more content. You become more at peace. You're able to live your best authentic self more and more and more. You can be comfortable being yourself as you pursue these virtues. And so we just really encourage you guys, you know, do your best to live like this. One last word on patience with others is that, you know, we always expect others to be patient with us and our faults. But then a lot of times we are not patient with others and their faults. If we could flip that around and be patient with others and their faults, and then also recognize that we have faults, you know, and try to fix those while being patient with, because we're a lot of times we can be good at being patient with ourselves. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's harder. But when we understand we're all people and we're all not perfect, then we can have the grace to give ourselves, to give others, and understand we are all on a journey. We're all on we're trying to get better. We're trying to grow. We're trying to do things in a better way. And with that, we can really, really be we can be those people that people want to be around, because they'll understand they're going to be loved around us. They're going to understand that they're going to be accepted regardless of their faults. We will love them, even though we might see a better future for them if they were to change some of these things that they might be doing a little bit wrong. But it doesn't change the value of them as people. And we understand that about ourselves. We understand that about you guys, and we love you guys so much. We're so glad you guys are here. Come back tomorrow where we talk about more patience. Come back tonight for Don't Worry Wednesday. Static P is here, and he is going to be with me doing Don't Worry Wednesday. We're a little bit short on topics right now, so we're gonna start going through. We actually did start going through our backlog of topics. We've got some old ones that we're pulling back out, and actually these are ones we've never done before, but we just haven't seen some of these people in a long time, so we're using them. So if you haven't been to Don't Worry Wednesday in a long, 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 long time, and you're hearing me say this, come to Don't Worry Wednesday, because we might just be doing your topic. You wouldn't even. Whoa. But if you show up, we'll put you to the top of the list. So we love you guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time on Double Cup of Joe show. Until then, have a great day. Have a great life. And yeah, hold on and
Bye.
wait and be patient and stuff.